For the third consecutive year, MyFaction makes its return. While much of it plays the same as previous years, there are three distinct changes this time round. There is a new superstar card market, a rank play, and a new take on faction wars. Let's quickly discuss the first two as they are pretty straightforward before moving on to the more complex new faction wars. A new section of MyFaction this year allows to buy individual cards, although I think some of them are a little overpriced. Last year you had to open packs and hope for the best, but now you can select specific superstars you want, or at least at the time of this video, and you know what you're getting. Moving on, this year MyFaction introduces Rank Play, a platform with the ability to play with other online real players with your MyFaction lineups. I personally haven't tried this out at the time of the video, but I'm excited to do so in the future. Now on to the bread and butter of the video. One of the major changes to MyFaction this year is the concept of faction wars, where previously it was just an endless 4v4 matches in the same arena time after time. It really became a grind. Now players can start a run and complete 5 stages in order to unlock rewards and earn a new in-game currency called Faction War Credit. To start a run you will need a Faction War ticket. Don't worry, you'll be given some to start you off, but after that you can earn them through other MyFaction game modes. Next you will be prompted to select your MyFaction teams, a male team or a female team, similar to last year's instalment. Don't forget to open any unopened packs you may have got as a bonus. It can help tremendously depending on what cards you have. Before finalising your lineup, make sure you're happy with it, as it can't be changed later on during this run. Well, kind of, I'll explain later. Another important note to mention is the credit rarity bonus, which is also new this year. Cards have multipliers attached to them. The higher the rarity, the higher the multiplier applied to the credits you receive at the end of a match. Moving on to the Faction War show stage. The basis of Faction Wars is to keep winning matches to continue your run. Losing at any stage will end that run and you'll have to start over with a new Faction War ticket. In the show stage you'll be presented with different icons, which in game are called nodes. There are 6 different types of nodes available. The match node, which will either be a 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 or 4v4 matchup, which will be indicated by the numbers beside the node, and can take place in a few different types of matches like a steel cage, a ladder match or simply a regular match. The reward node is indicated by this treasure chest icon. This will allow you to claim additional rewards, usually a Faction War credit or a choice of superstars to add to your lineup. Choice node. Triple H allows you to choose between a selection of 3 options. Whichever you choose will result in a gain but also a loss, so choose wisely before proceeding. Vitality replenishment node, which allows for, and sometimes needed, recovery of your superstars before a given match, because for every match that your superstar takes damage, it carries over into the next one. Yes, this is what makes the mode harder this time round. A mystery node, which can be a selection of any of the previously mentioned. And finally, a boss battle node, which is located at the end and is the final match in each stage. After winning the final boss battle, you'll get to pick one of the 4 superstars which you just faced, which can then be added to your lineup for the remainder of your run. It is important to note that they can only be applied to your lineup in your current run. They will not be added to your collection. In order to do so, you will need to purchase them through the exchange store for Faction War credits which you have been earning throughout your run. As you will see, the bosses are locked, indicated by the padlock. In order to unlock them and ultimately purchase, you will need to beat them in the final boss battle. From there you can purchase them providing you have enough credits. So that's what's new in MyFaction this year. As ever, I'll see you in the next one.